Hello, did you just call me sausage?
I did.
As in like silly sausage? Or
It was definitely a term of endearment. It was not it was not offered as
put down?
No, not at all. Shall I clap my hands?
You should clap your hands.
In 5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
This is a podcast in which two friends talk about the pleasures, absurdities, and imperfections of being human. I'm Simon Ellis.
And I'm Lee Miller. Welcome to Midlifing. Hands are clapping.
Imagine if you'd started this process by counting down from 20, how much less time we would have had in our lives from now on. At least another 15 seconds times 200 and whatever it is, 80.
Yeah, I mean, and
Minutes.
yeah, that's true. And if I'd counted down from 3, like 3, 2, 1, that would be so much quicker.
Is the countdown even necessary?
No, it's just for me. It's actually, it is slightly necessary because I start to say in 3 and you go, oh, wait, and you get your headphones out. So sometimes you're not quite ready to receive a clap.
That's true. It's true. It's true. You pretty much summed up my dance career there as well.
Not quite ready to receive a clap. Oh,
yeah,
sweetie.
Exactly. Yeah, exactly. Wait, they're clapping.
That's only because you make contemporary work and people don't know when it's finished.
And also they don't like it, which I think is probably the critical thing.
It's over. You can clap.
Are you sure?
Finished.
We didn't get wet, or they didn't swear, or get naked.
Do people still get naked in performance? I feel like we're in a post-naked world. I don't know. I can't remember the last time I saw... Oh, no, that's not true. I just remembered.
I've just been... I was the dramaturg a couple of years ago where that was pretty much the return to the animal state was the direction the work was going in from the get-go.
Uh-huh.
Yep.
Yeah, I was... in fact, it probably isn't even a year ago, I was watching a lovely piece in Teatro do Bairro Alto, and there was a moment where it was like a kind of an extended improvisation, and there was a significant chunk where everybody was walking around stark as, and because there was no...
You don't mean any audience members. Have you ever been in a work where they've asked audience members to get naked?
This is the thing. There was no separation between audience and performer, and I had that moment where I was like, oh, God, no. I've still got Christmas weight.
There was a work in Melbourne years ago where they encouraged, I guess you could say, what's the word? Invited audience members to nude up. That word actually makes my skin crawl. It's pretty much up there with going forwards. There's got to be some no's. There's got to be some no's in our life, right? Like, Simon, do you think you should take up contemporary dance and be a contemporary dancer and choreographer? No was the answer. No was the answer.
You should stick to science.
I don't have any regrets. I'm not. I'm only just being silly, really. Hey, listen. Have you been doing your 9 minutes of Tai Chi a day?
I haven't been doing my 9 minutes of Tai Chi a day. Should I have been?
Have you been? I've been absolutely just hit over the head with Tai Chi 9 minutes a day for over 50s to end up looking
oh my God, that guy.
Wow, they're the only ads I get on YouTube.
It's fascinating because I want to say I genuinely do not believe that if I did 9 minutes a day of Tai Chi I would look like him.
There's no belief involved. It's a fact.
Yeah.
It's a fact, and that's the thing. I actually think that the stuff on the side of that airplane that we talked about maybe a month ago, which said born to be sustainable, is more accurate. Seriously, as closer to being a fact than the 9 minutes of Tai Chi a day to look ripped like that guy.
And just so everybody knows, we're thinking about a person who is 0% body fat. I mean there's nothing. It's just skin
That's
and musculature.
all he does in his life.
Absolutely. It is very clear. There's a guy who's in It's Always Sunny in Philadelphia. I can't
Which is
remember.
a TV show?
It's a TV show.
Right.
Never watched it, but he came across my algorithm.
Wait. He came across your algorithm, or he came onto your... Wait, I'm confused.
No, the other way around. Yeah.
He appeared
came
on
onto
your
it.
algorithm.
Yeah. Sorry, poorly phrased.
Yeah.
He turned up on the telly in front of me.
I love the idea that you've got TV stars looking at your algorithm going, oh, look what's on Lee's.
I like to think that people are going, Lee's very interested in cats this week.
I think that makes you an influencer, doesn't it?
Very much so. But he was famous for being the fat one in the show, and often had his belly out. And then he became halfway through the ripped one. And he said, it's easy. I don't know why people are making a fuss. It's so easy to go from that physique to this physique. You just have to make sure that you give a poor relationship with your family. You don't enjoy anything that you eat. You are prepared to have a studio pay for at least 3 different personal trainers, and that you spend a minimum of 6 hours in the gym a day. I mean, it's easy. I don't know why people don't do it more. And so that sense of, you can just squeeze this in between things. He was quite clear. To look like a superhero, you have to effectively make that your job.
Yeah. And I'm actually doing Tai Chi now as we're doing this, because I figure it's a little bit of multitasking going on. I'm going to, get a bit of content out there on the internet whilst ripping up through my Tai Chi.
Good idea. I'm unpicking a label off a T-shirt because I'm the kind of person who can't have a scritchy label on the back of my neck.
Yeah.
Which I've always known.
Yeah, I just cut them, but I guess that just changes the scritch, doesn't it?
Yeah, I have to. No, I can't cut them. I'm gently unpicking, but it's a merino T-shirt, so I've got to be really careful I don't pierce the fabric.
Do you know what I did the other day?
No, but I'm hoping you're going to tell me.
I watched.
Otherwise, it's going to be weird.
I think it's because Rob Reiner
died.
Reiner died. Not so. Maybe a month ago.
Yeah.
Terribly.
Yes,
oh,
murdered by his son, him and his wife.
And just his wife. And I watched When Harry Met Sally again.
Because you love a rom-com.
I do, and that is both romantic and funny.
Comedic.
And comedic. Well done, thank you. And the thing is that I hadn't known, which I hadn't quite clocked, the extent to which Meg Ryan fell off the map. Did you know? Have you know about this?
Yeah. So there were 2 things that happened. She was one of the early adopters of lip fillers, and this was when filler was a little bit more hit and miss. And so she had her lips filled, and she was left with what was famously referred to as trout pout. Which was very cruel, and the people saying "Oh, she's ruined her face, trout pout." Whereas now I think that's just kind of normal for people in the public eye to have shifted
faces.
The structure. Yeah. So that was one thing.
To have faces.
Have
those kinds of faces.
And I think in a similar moment in time, there was an accusation, I don't know how founded this is, that she had an on-set affair with Russell Crowe. And
I think that's our Russell Crowe.
Sorry, my apologies, yes. He lives next door to our Nicole. So I think those 2 things happened in a similar window of time, and that soured the public's what I mean by that
they'd heard
is,
that she was the girl next door.
Exactly.
Basically.
Yeah.
That's,
so
that strange term for someone.
Media was able to sort of glom onto it and really give her
pull
a
it
kick
apart.
Yeah.
I didn't know. I think maybe in the back of my mind I had some memory of her and her husband,
Dennis Quaid.
Dennis Quaid. Thank you. It's just unbelievable. I had some kind of memory of there being something where she ended up with someone else. And my understanding from rabbit holes is that they'd actually broken up when she had this.
Oh, absolutely. But that's not expedient for the story, is it? And also, people's relationships are tricky, aren't they? You've no idea what people have said yes to or no to. It's just silly, isn't it?
Just horrible, yeah. It's horrible. But I do... this is not what I was thinking we might talk about, but it occurred to me when I saw, again, because, of course, YouTube doing its YouTube thing, I saw that they had remade the scene from the deli
Right.
in the last couple of years.
Okay.
Meg Ryan and Billy Crystal, for the Super Bowl ad.
I did not know this.
And I thought they'd got someone else to be Meg Ryan. I mean, she was unrecognizable. I had to, that sort of sense. Well, clearly Billy Crystal, but whatever it is,
but
30 years later. Mm-hmm. And of course, he was always a little bit old, even at the point. I felt like, I remember watching it as a 19, 20-year-old. I remember thinking, oh, he seems a little bit old for that role. But
that's a little bit gross.
Yeah. Well, Meg Ryan, and I'd just forgotten just how that. I don't know how to describe. You used the term wide-eyed the other day, but there's something about her personas, not all of them, but the ones she was tending towards, with all with the guy who played Forrest Gump, Tom Hanks, all those rom-coms she did with him, and that she had that sort of slight kind of glare, the kind of openness in her face, so there's something really is just that tragedy, isn't it, of this kind of face being done to. And the pressures to feel that and all those things.
I think this is the really interesting thing, because who has recently been back in the public eye? I think it was Linda Hamilton.
Oh, yes, she had a role on Stranger Things.
There we go.
Also unrecognisable.
Do you think? Because I think it's quite interesting. I don't feel that she is unrecognisable.
She's just older.
She's older. It's like we expect, we are trained to expect our male celebrities to just gently. Well, I'm going to put a pin in that because I'll come back to a shift in expectations. But we're expecting our male celebrities to just gently kind of get older and saggier and gruffer and craggier and just think, ooh, like a fine wine. But somehow women are supposed to stay pickled in aspic. They're not supposed to move on. Whereas
as if she's still a Terminator in Terminator 2.
Exactly.
Right?
Whereas, if you look at her face between Terminator and Terminator 2, in Terminator she was in her early 20s. She still had that lovely layer of subcutaneous fat that youth has. It's just beautiful when you look at a gently pudgy face, which makes me really sad when kids who are in their 20s do that buccal fat removal and to give themselves cheekbones, because I kind of think, Jesus Christ, just wait 10 years and that will happen. Mm-hmm. You don't need to do it now. But, you see that lovely rounded face, and then however many years later, what is it, 1984 to 1990-ish, so 6-7 years later, maybe? I can't remember the dates properly. She's absolutely stripped back, much like the Tai Chi guy. No body fat. She went into really hardcore training because her character has seen
in prison
the future
and all that. Yeah, exactly. And she needs to prepare herself.
She's trained herself to be a war machine. Yeah, absolutely. Makes perfect sense. But her face is not unrecognisable, but you can kind of go youth and then not even middle age, but later youth, or whatever you're calling somebody in their 30s. And that's not the same face at all, but it's recognisable. And the face that she's got in her 60s now is not the same face, but for me it's recognisable. It's a face that's been on a journey.
I think I made the mistake, though, because I watched Stranger Things. I made the mistake, the last series that is, I made the mistake of going, is that Linda Hamilton? And thinking, she's unrecognisable. And then later on, her character appeared on it. Oh, that's Linda Hamilton.
Yeah.
Because she was kind of like the baddie. Spoiler.
Right. I haven't seen it yet. But, so I'm a bit I feel a little bit wobbly about that, because it feels like we're running the risk of saying unrecognisable because of age or unrecognisable because of surgical intervention, but still Billy Crystal looks the same. He doesn't. He looks like a fat, wrinkled version of himself, which actually, if he hadn't stayed in the public eye, because of course he carried on doing the Oscars presentations for years and years and years and years, didn't he? So we just have that gentle checking in with someone Whereas Linda Hamilton, I think, kind of disappeared for a while.
Yeah, I mean that was the thing with Meg Ryan, of course, because I hadn't followed.
Yeah,
I mean, I think I'd
absolutely.
watched Courage Under Fire, which must have been mid
I think
'90s. No idea.
Isn't that the one where she sort of famously met Russell Crowe, or is that no? That's Proof of Life.
There you go.
Proof of Life. God, early 1990s thrillers. How are they in my head?
Yeah. Does any of this make you think when you catch glimpses of yourself? I'm not even going to say in the mirror, because I'm going to say on Zoom or in Teams, because that's when we mostly do more than catch glimpses of ourselves. Do any of your features make you go, oh?
I wear boy makeup, and by that I mean I have a beard. So,
and by that you don't mean a woman who's that you're married to,
hiding my sexuality behind. I mean, there's been
so
many
complicated. Conversations with you are so
many an accusation thrown at me. I was,
and that's just by our listeners.
I think so. Just the other day, somebody came on Instagram, and this little guy was saying, like, if you are a straight man who hasn't been accused of being gay or bisexual, I think that's an indication that you probably don't have a personality. Then I was like, wow. Yeah, there is something quite terrifying about that idea of the relationship between the stoic, buttoned-up version of straight masculinity and the moment that you step outside of that, or you must be aberrant. Anyway, that's in brackets.
Yeah.
So no, I've got a beard on my face, a big old beard on my face, which I've had for, gosh,
I don't remember you without it, actually. I mean, I remember very different versions of it, but I think I would go, oh, who are you, if I saw you without that.
So, because I have a beard, there's a lot of the stuff that is happening to my face is happening below the waterline, so I can't see it. So things like the softening of my jawline.
So you're going to hit an iceberg one day, aren't you?
I mean,
you start leaking and not even know.
Well, I think I'm already hitting the iceberg in the sense that my beard is now getting increasingly white, which is really interesting. There's a
sexy,
big...
though. A little sexy.
Well, yeah.
A little salt and pepper, baby. I have to really...
Steal yourself?
No.
Okay,
no, not at all. Not at all. No. It's more like I have to just stop that kind of line of thinking, which is, I've really noticed the looseness of the skin around my neck, precisely where the place at which your beard is covering that part of your motherfucker. Yep. And
well, you could grow a beard.
Well, no, I've just taken to wear scarves. I mean, I'm going to do that in 40 degrees. It's going to be in the middle of summer.
Just get yourself a really nice linen silk mix. You'll be fine.
Exactly. Or I could start wearing, what are those little kind of tie things that are...
Cravats.
I could just wear cravats the whole time. Do you think that's why they became fashionable?
Probably, but I would love you in a cravat. Because you've got a great neck. You could totally carry that off.
But no, I do... but yeah, I have to really... Because I think one of the things a long time ago, I vowed that I would age gracefully. Yeah. In terms of that, and I don't mean in terms of how I look, but I mean in terms of my attitude towards it. And so one of the things about that was that I would never dye my hair, for example.
Gotcha. Like
this is how I am, and this is the way I want to be. This is how it's just happening. It happens to all of us. Yeah. But yeah, I have to really, and also I think in terms of kind of attitude towards things. So not trying to be cynical about everything, that kind of, which I sort of associate with crotchety, like crotchety old man.
Yeah. Oh, gosh.
Or com. Yeah. I mean, and I think the classic one in this country, of course, and let's be clear, it has been raining an extraordinary amount in the West Midlands. I don't know what it's like in the rest of the country, but wow, has it just been just on and on and on and on, and it feels like I should fly to New Zealand, have a little summer break. But it would be the weather's. It's so easy to drop into a kind of weather, and if I become that, it'd just be what a tragic way to spend one's life. I mean, really, it really does. Like, there's got to be better things to do other than, let's say, moan about the weather.
Moaning is hard, isn't it?
But also, it's not that I find this weather easy. It's not easy at all.
No. But it's one of those things. Weather like this it's so particularly for any of our Portuguese listeners. Sinto muito. The weather in Portugal right now is shocking. As in, not like, oh, it's raining a lot. It is.
What do those words mean? Sinto.
Much sadness. 11 people have died in the storms. The entire... Because remember that this is basically just a coastline. You know, it's a country that is mostly coastline.
Yep.
It has
so
been...
it gets battered when it gets battered.
When it gets battered, it gets battered. And it's right on the Atlantic. And today, they receive the third storm, and I mean big storm, one of those ones with a name, that they have had in 11 days.
Wow.
There's just no respite. It's just an onslaught after onslaught. So
I was going to buy you a little rubber dinghy for your apartment. I thought that might come in handy.
I mean, right now, it's the whole back
for the basement.
Well, for everybody, it's getting pretty bad. Yeah, poor sausages. Poor sausages. So yeah, let's not moan. Let's remember that we're lucky. There's lots of things. So a bit of rain.
Yep.
Or a delayed train.
Exactly. You should carry your knitting around just for those moments.
It's a shame I didn't have my bag with me that had my knitting in.
Yeah, because I think that softens the blow anyway, doesn't it? I actually had a blood test yesterday.
Tell me more.
And it's always a little bit confusing to me how the system works here. So I have to ask. They always the sort of sense that they assume you know what to do. So I have to ask to check. Anyway, I got there was a sign up above the. You don't. This is a pharmacy that one of the things it does is gives blood tests, and you have to book online. And when you go in, you have to check in on a screen there. So you don't actually have any contact with any human beings.
Yes.
And there was a little sign which had been done on a word processor which said DNAs with an apostrophe, right. And it had months and then a number handwritten each month. And this really interested me because you'll be very proud of me. When I was called by the young woman who was lovely and who took some blood out of my arm, I said, "It's DNA. Is that did not attend?" She goes, "Yes." And I felt very restrained that I did not say it doesn't need an apostrophe. There should be no apostrophe there. You're welcome. I felt it was kindness by omission. She has no idea of just how kind I was to her as a consequence. But the thing I thought was fascinating was how many hundreds every month.
Yeah. Yeah.
Hundreds.
Yeah. Yeah.
Each month.
Yeah. And then and now we're gonna sound like comms.
Crotchety old men.
Yeah, that's right, comms.
You could just call it cum.
I probably won't. That's all right.
Go on, crotchety old man.
But I think this is where I'm in danger of starting to sound like one. It's like, oh, how hard is it to pick up a telephone and make a cancellation? Yeah. Let people know. And, and you're spending all that time telling everybody that the NHS is under stress and this is all because of immigrants. No, it's because you're too fucking lazy to tell people you're not turning up, you arseholes. And then I realise...
You've crossed over.
I'm a crotchety old man.
Yeah. And on that note, see ya.
Bye.